Hi, I'm Adam Hayes, and I'm here today with Jennifer Franciotti from WBAL.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Jennifer. How's it going?
It's going great.
Good. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. Can you tell us? We're here today talking about the plunge, and I want to find out a little bit about your super plunging experience. Can you tell me how long you have been super plunging?
This is going to be my 10th year super plunging. I can't believe it. I took 1 year off. Turns out it was a good year to take off. That was a terrible weather time. But yeah, 10 years super plunging. Crazy.
That was cold, but yeah, it was a great time to...
I thought about you guys. I felt so guilty not being with you. That's why I came back. I couldn't stand to be away.
How many total times have you plunged?
Math? I have to do math? No! Okay, 9 times 24. I'm thinking around 217 times. Give or take a couple, because I did plunge one time the year before I first started super plunging. And then sometimes you're getting so excited plunging for the super plunge that you just do a few extra just because, what, are we crazy?
Yeah.
But just because it's fun to do. So yeah, maybe, give or take.
200.
Yeah, a couple hundred times.
Yeah. Why do you plunge?
I plunge for the athletes of the Special Olympics of Maryland. I plunge so that you guys can do your sports for free, not worry about it, have a great time.
And so when you do plunge for us, what is your thought process when you get out there?
What I think about is that, yeah, the water's cold, right? The water's cold and you're doing it 24 times, but I think this is such a small thing to do, but it's in a big way that we do it to raise money for the athletes. And I think, gosh, this is one thing I can do. I can get wet in cold water, right? And it's a little thing to do for such a big, important reason, because when I see what you guys do out there with your sports and your competitions and on the field and your attitude and how excited you are about it, and how the goal isn't really winning, it's doing it.
Right.
And when you do win, the more the better. I think, gosh, I could do that. It's not a big deal. It's fun, and it's all for you guys. And I see your faces in my head every time. And
we could not do this without you. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, but you give me more than I give you. That's the cool
thing. What was your first plunge like?
Terrifying at first, because you build it up in your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly, it's the same feeling every time. The night before a super plunge, I always get like this little feeling in my stomach, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then we get there, we get our suits on, we get in the water, and once you get that first plunge done, it's on, right?
Right.
It's like we're ready to go.
Yeah. You get in there, you're screaming, and you're out, or either in that nice warm tub.
In the hot tub. That's the whole thing. When you pull yourself out of the water, you're running for the hot tub. You're ready to go.
So, what is your favorite thing about plunging itself?
You guys, are you kidding me? When I walk in that tent and I see all of the faces of the people that become my friends and my family, I do it because I love you. I love you and all the athletes. That's my favorite part.
What's your least favorite part?
The cold water. Not gonna lie, the cold water is my least favorite part.
How much money have you raised for the plunge itself?
I wish I could tell you a specific number. I know over the years, because it's been 10, 11 years now, thousands of dollars, but to me it's not the big amount that matters, it's the $1 that matters. Because I always say it doesn't matter how much people donate, $1 is all that's important. Every dollar counts. So that's really the big picture.
Right. How much why should people plunge in 2018?
Why shouldn't they? Yeah. It's an experience. You're doing it for people who really need it, to help the athletes compete. But it's also a social experience. You get out there and you see your friends and your neighbors and your family. And who else really can say that they got to plunge in the Chesapeake Bay in January freezing for a reason, you know, just do it. Why not?
It's cold, but it's worth it.
It is cold, but it's worth it. And it's just a lot of fun. You guys make it fun, you know?
Yep. Oh, well, that's all about that's about it, and I really appreciate you coming here today and speaking to my fellow athletes.
Thanks for having me. That was easy. Do we have a date in January?
Let's see here. January 20.
You know what?
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I just want to know that we've got it on our calendar. You, me, tent, cold water, we're ready to go?
Yep.
All right, high five.
You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.